Hello, my name is Ozzie, and this is part 13 of my Metroid Prime series. We're picking up right where we left off as I entered the Fenrada Drifts, or whatever it is that it's called. In this episode I'm going for the gravity suit, which is not too far from where I've come up here. So I'm going to head through the back room of where the elevator was, up the magnetic rail and into this room. The energy tank that's behind the ice there, you can't get to until you have the plasma beam. That's used to melt the ice both here and in a couple of other places. So I'm going to continue through that room and into this one, where you can possibly hear all these birds flying around. But I can just jump down to the bottom and into the water, and this is where I need to be. So last episode I mentioned how the water physics are a pain in the ass, and that's still true. You can see here progress hindered by environment. So now I'm going to make my way back up the room part way to the next exit up, which is where I actually want to be heading, and I'll be sort of going in and out of bits of water, making my way towards the gravity suit, and then once I have that, I can obviously explore this whole aquatic area. So just making my way part way back up the room to this door here. This room is basically just like a mothball tunnel. Just going to boost through nice and quick. You can ignore the beetles on the other side and keep going. There are some sort of the scarab beetle things that drop down there. Again, I just roll through them, they don't do enough damage to even care. In this room, there's a new creature. These things fly around, and they're actually used as mobile grapple hooks for the grapple beam when you have that later. And there's a hunter Metroid. So these are just stronger forms of Metroid. You can see it's zapping me with some sort of energy beam. So they don't latch on like the other Metroids do, they just zap you with that ray. But they still freeze just as good as the other Metroids, and then you can shatter them with a missile like I did. I want to make my way around this room, and there are some stalactites I believe you can knock down, which is actually how you progress. So there you go. So I think it's just a missile that falls down and gives me a way up to where I just failed to jump before. Moving into the next room, it's another morph ball tunnel, and I'm just gonna boost my way through again and into the next room. There are some space pirates in this room. You can see I try to fight them at the door because they can't hit me as easily. Once you do shoot though, as soon as you shoot they kind of activate and start flying away. So if you can actually, when you open this door, start charging a beam straight away, you can get a free shot off before they start flying around. But they're not too much trouble to deal with, you just need to watch out for their missiles. And you can see I've already dealt with them with a couple of charge shots on each. Right now, I'm just trying to work out if I needed to go up the room or down the room. And as you can see here, I can't really go any further. So the answer is down into the water. More enemies that suck you in. There are a few of them in this area. But you just stand in front of them, charge a shot. As soon as they open, you can one-shot them. And on into the next room. This is just a simple, one of the little tunnel corridor type rooms. Make your way through, nice and easy. There's another chamber here. This has some of the sort of invisible birds flying around. You will want to take care of them after knocking down these stalactites. You have to jump along all of these to get to the other side of the room, and the birds will knock you off the platforms and into the water. If you fall in the water, you basically have to make your way back to the start of the room and do it all over. So the door on the right hand side there is where I'm aiming for, and you just need to cross the little platforms in the water to get there. As you can see, these creatures are not very easy to hit when you can't lock onto them. You can do this without killing them first. You just have to be sort of quick and avoid them, and that's what I end up doing here. He hit me right at the end, but I'd already made it across. Another short tunnel here. This is the main chamber where the gravity suit is. So just make your way past these tentacles and past the other creature down there. You just basically need to make your way as far in this room as you can before you can't progress any further. So just here to my right and now to my left, there's a small hole in that wall, and you could actually hear the upgrade, and you heard it louder as I walked past. That's where the gravity suit is. I'm standing here like an idiot because I didn't quite see the hole in the wall, and I knew it was around here somewhere, but I couldn't remember exactly where. I can't remember how long it actually took me to find it, but eventually I look over and I do see it, and there we go. As I've already explained, the gravity suit basically removes the water physics and allows me to move freely through the water as though it was just normal environment. And that allows me to get to a lot more places. At the time of this recording, I can't actually remember what upgrade comes next. I've yet to record the next segment. But I have a feeling the next thing I get is either the power bomb or the grapple beam. I suspect it's the power bomb. Of course it could end up being something else entirely, but I'll find out that when I play it next. And you can even see with the visor, the water is actually cleared up. It's not as murky now. You can see a bit easier, so that helps as well. And now you want to make your way. There's another exit from this room. You can jump up now on top of the water and make your way to the other exit. Some security drones in here. At this stage in the game, they're not too difficult to deal with. Back to this is a room I was previously in, that where the invisible bird creature things were. They've now been replaced with space pirates. So many rooms in the game, the enemies change once you collect certain upgrades. become a little bit more difficult. Those flying space pirates though, they're really easy to deal with by now. You have enough health and missiles. You can just take care of them pretty quickly. So we'll keep following a fairly linear path on our way back. There's basically two paths to the gravity suit, so you can only go one way to get there, and then you take the other path to get back. Now we're back in the rather vertical room where I first jumped down into the water, and now I need to make my way all the way back up to the top. I'm actually now looking at the map for a particular exit that I want to take, and it is at the very top of this room. Bit of jumping puzzles to make your way back up the room, and as you can see just there, very easy to miss just one jump and then you fall all the way back down to the bottom. On the plus side, I don't have to worry about the water physics anymore, so falling into the water isn't as annoying, but obviously I do have to jump all the way back up and start over, which can be quite annoying if you fall more than once. I think fortunately I just fall that one time. I think I make it the rest of the way now without any dramas. This now takes us back into the Space Pirate research facility. At this point I'm really just trying to work out where I'm supposed to be going next, because as I said before, I don't really remember what power-up comes next. Basically, I want to head back towards, well, where I went in the last episode, that massive detour. I'm pretty sure that's where I want to go. So instead of going through the research lab, I figure if I just backtrack the way I came here, that's going to be a much quicker and easier way of doing things. And in fact, I do end up going that way. So I remember things wrong. It's worth noting, I recorded this gameplay the same day I recorded episode 1. This was actually all, up until this point, was all a single playthrough. And I'm now doing the commentary for it, and I don't remember what was going through my mind as I played whatsoever. So I actually recall going back through the Space Pirate Lab, but evidently I did not go that way. I have actually come back through to the Magmore Caverns, and I'm going to backtrack the way I came before. At this point I do save. I remember doing that. I've now got a few upgrades, and it's been a while since I had last saved. And that's all I've recorded up until this point, so we'll come back next time with some new footage. Until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.